Hello MSCFT. Today's lecture topic is protein concentrates and isolates. Now, first question that may come to your mind, that is, why do we need to concentrate or isolate a protein from a product? Because protein concentrate means concentrated form of protein which is recovered or disintegrated from or separated from the protein based product. The major purpose of preparation of concentrates and isolates from a protein source is to increase concentration of proteins by the removal of non-protein ingredients from the source so that the smaller amounts can be used in the formulation to impart nutritional as well as functional properties. Now, what is the difference between concentrate or isolate? Both are separated from protein based products, but concentrates are pure up to 65 to 85%, but isolate is a purest form of protein, approximately 90% on moisture free basis. Now, what are the functional property for which we need concentrate or isolate? Now, functional properties are structure dependent properties. Whatever the structure of protein, these functional properties are dependent on these. Now, what are the functional properties? Like water absorption capacity or water retention capacity, then solubility, color changing capacity, then gelation capacity, then viscosity and textural properties, the capacity to change viscosity and textural properties of the products in which these concentrates or isolates are added, then emulsification, foam formation, flavor binding properties, curdling properties, and enzymatic browning property, etc. So these are the functional properties for which these concentrates or isolates are added to different kind of food products into food industry. The method utilized for the removal of non-protein ingredients should be such that it should not affect the nutritional and functional properties of the protein to a great extent. So, the safe separation must be ensured. Most of the work has been done on the preparation of soy protein isolates and concentrates and whey protein concentrates, but whey protein is not in your syllabus. Now, protein concentrates. Soy protein concentrate, which is in your syllabus. The Association of American Feed Control Officials, that is AAFCO, specifies protein concentrates as follows. Soy protein concentrate, or SPC, capital SPC is the abbreviation, is prepared from high quality sound, clean, dehulled soybean seeds by removing most of the oil and water soluble non-protein constituents and must contain not less than 75% protein on a moisture free basis. So this is the technical definition, that it must contain not less than 70% protein on a moisture free basis. Now, edible soybean protein concentrates are relatively new products. Their availability as commercial products dates from 1959. In at least 30 years or so, these versatile products have become important ingredients well accepted by many food industries. So they simply concentrates simply replace soy flours. They have specific functions which cannot be performed by soy flours. The need for the development of soy protein concentrates stemmed primarily from two considerations: to increase protein concentration and to improve flavor. So, and the process is basically that these concentrates are prepared from defatted meal by selective extraction of soluble carbohydrates. Extraction with aqueous alcohol is the most common process, but other methods of production are also available. Now, soybean protein concentrates normally cost 2 to 2.5 times more than defatted soy flour. Considering the relative protein contents of these two products, the cost per unit weight of protein is about 80% higher in the concentrate. The starting material for the production of soy protein concentrate is, as we know, dehulled soybean meal with high protein solubility. The concentration of protein is increased by removing most of the soluble non-protein constituents. These constituents are primarily soluble carbohydrates, mono, di, and oligosaccharides, but also some low molecular weight nitrogenous substances and minerals are also separated in this process. Since some low molecular weight proteins are also extracted along with sugar, the amino acid composition of the concentrates may differ slightly from that of the original flour. Now we can see the flow chart or the line diagram of basic process. The dehulled clean seeds can be converted into flour, as we can see. First thing here, the flour plus water plus lye. We know that NaOH dissolved in warm water in a specific composition is a lye. So the alkali treatment is given for the extraction of soluble non-protein material. So this is the extraction pre-treatment, then first extraction, then second extraction is there. Then we can see this extraction, the two-stage extraction separate four things from the flour. That is protein extract first, fiber fraction 2, or it can be fiber starch fraction, then the whey. Now protein extract is precipitated, then precipitate separation is there, then neutralization and thermal treatment, because we have added lye, the alkaline solution, in the first step. So we'll add acid for neutralization, and then thermal treatment, pasteurization will be there, and then the protein drying. Though we will have the protein solid, then fiber fraction, then fiber dewatering is there, then after that fiber drying, and fiber starch fraction is there, then fiber and starch are separated, then starch dewatering is there, fiber part goes to fiber dewatering section, and dewatered starch is dried to have the starch, then the whey is gone to effluent treatment. So this is the process. Now we can see the specific procedure for making the protein concentrate powder. Now, raw material can be flour or can be extracted soluble, or so first, if raw material is flour, the acid extraction will be there with the help of water plus acid plus heat. And if extracted soluble is there, the solid phase, the dried part, then washing will be there, process water will wash, then drying, then protein concentrate powder will be there. Now, so we have understand that. Now what are the use of soy protein concentrates? Now, soy protein concentrates are used in food products for their nutritional as well as functional characteristics. So, because in protein concentrates, anti-tryptic, that is anti-nutritional or nutritional binding factors or toxins are absent because of the vigorous extraction process and heat treatment, and other anti-nutritional factors are also absent, then flatulence making dietary fiber content is also separated. The nutritional value in the concentrates of different types expressed as PER, that is protein efficiency ratio, is slightly lower than that of soy flour protein. And what is the reason behind this? Because protein efficiency ratio is dependent on the quality of the protein, and quality deteriorates because the soluble or low molecular weight part of protein gets separated with the soluble non-protein material. So this is the reason. Now the use in bakery products. No special reason for using soy protein concentrates in bakery products because of the economic reasons, because the soy protein concentrates are expensive in comparison to soy flour. Defatted soy flour and defatted soy flour do the same job, and it is more economical. Now, meat products. This is the substantially important application of soy protein concentrates. It is used in processed products like sausage, patty, and fish steaks to increase water and fat retention into the processed product. And nutritional contribution of soy protein in the low meat, high fat, low cost product may also be significant. So there are some percentage in which can be used in processing of these type of products. Now other uses. Soy protein concentrates have been used as stabilized dispersion in milk like beverages and simulated dairy products such as sour cream analog. So to give structure to milk and milk products, soy protein concentrates are used. Now protein isolates. Basically, the concentrates and isolates differ in the process by which the proteins are produced and the quality of protein. Isolate is always higher quality protein. So do remember. Now soybean protein isolate. Soybean protein isolate are the most pure and refined soy protein available. Isolated soybean proteins that are abbreviated as capital ISP or soybean protein isolates are the most concentrated form of commercially available soybean protein products. They contain over 90% protein on a moisture-free basis. Soy protein isolates have been known and produced for industrial purposes, mainly as adhesive for paper coating industry. Well, before World War II, these protein isolates or isolated proteins, soy proteins for food use, however, have been developed only in early 50s. The specification of Association of American Feed Control Officials AAFCO defines ISP as major proteinaceous fraction of soybeans prepared from dehulled soybeans by removing the majority of non-protein components and must contain not less than 90% protein on a moisture-free basis. The basic principle of ISP production are simple. Soy protein isolates are obtained by selective solubilization of protein, that is alkaline extraction, followed by purification of the extract and precipitation of the protein by acidification to the isoelectric points. Now, what is the isoelectric point? At isoelectric isolates are insoluble in water and have practically no functional features. They can be converted to sodium, potassium, or calcium proteinates by dissolving isoelectric proteins in the appropriate base and spray drying the solution. Sodium and potassium proteinates are water soluble. They are used mainly for their functional properties such as emulsification or foaming. One of the byproducts of protein isolation process, the insoluble residue, is also commercialized for its remarkable water absorption capacity and as a source of dietary fiber. Now, what is the isoelectric point? Isoelectric point is the point where the protein molecule has no charge. It is at the neutral. So basically, it is the pH at which the protein is neutral. Now these neutrals are not soluble in water, and if anything is not soluble in water, it can't have functional features because it doesn't react with the water molecule or any other molecule. So this base can be converted into sodium, potassium or calcium proteinates So basically, on the need, whatever the need is, whatever the commercial need is, this isoelectric isolate can be converted into the sodium, potassium or calcium proteinates as the need is, or as per the need. Now, since spray drying is the common drying method in the production of ISP, the primary physical form of ISP in commerce is that of fine powder. Structured form such as granules, spun fibers or other fibrous forms are made by further processing. Being almost a pure protein, ISP can be made to be practically free of objectionable odor, flavor, color, anti-nutritional factors and flatulence increasing factors. Furthermore, the high protein concentration provides maximum formulation flexibility when ISPs are incorporated into food products. These and other advantages have been source of highly optimistic forecasts regarding the widespread use of ISP. The various uses of ISP in food applications are discussed herewith. But first, we should see how the isolate is extracted. So, if the raw material is flour, then alkaline extraction will be there, or and after alkaline extraction, solid phase, fiber plus starch, fiber. So we have seen this in the flow chart. Now, after getting protein extract, this protein extract, protein isolation and modification will be there by chemical process, and in that process whey will be separated, and then spray drying will be there and protein isolate powder will be prepared. So basically, this is the basic flow chart of protein extraction, and separation process is dependent on whether we need the concentrate or the isolate. Concentrate, if we need concentrate, there will be not vigorous process of precipitate separation, and if we need isolate, there will be specific precipitation separation process will be there. Now, what are the usage of soy protein isolates? The soy protein isolates are used in meat products, in health drinks, then emulsion type sausages, then in used for moisture and fat bonding properties and as emulsion stabilizers. So there are numerous use of ISP. So in seafood products also these isolates are used. Then in cereal products these isolates are used. These isolates can be used in the formulation of milk replacer mixtures in the bakery products. So it can be used for fortification of pasta and bread. So dairy type products like non-dairy coffee whiteners, liquid whipped toppings. So to replace dairy products, the soy protein isolates are used for like vegan product or for the making of imitation products. So as a replacement of milk and milk product, ingredient is used as isolated soy protein. Now in the infant formula it is also used. So because of its blandness and flatus, that is flatulence, that is gas making, the problem, the stomach problem of gas making is the combination of sugar and fiber content. So absence of sugar and fiber content helps in developing the infant formula. That's why, and products for lactose intolerant babies is used. So these are the uses of, and so these, and in fruit and beverage industry it is also applied, like in fruit purees. So numerous types of use are there of soy protein concentrates as well as soy protein isolates. So I think it is clear. And you can make handwritten notes based on this lecture. If you have any query, you can ask me or post in the comment box.